In this video, I'm going to show you our folding bed, how it works, and I'm also going to show you how it was constructed. Here it is, fully extended, and now let's jump right to it. Today I want to show you the folding bed. It's a queen size bed and it's fitting in a Sprinter 144. Our previous van, we had a full-size queen bed, but it didn't fold. It stayed throughout the day, the full size. So in this van, since it's shorter, I wanted to make one that we could fold up a certain amount during the day, have the space in the main cabin, and but still not give up the queen size bed, sleeping side by side, which to me is a much better way to go. All right, now I'm going to demonstrate how the bed slides out for nighttime and then goes back for the daytime. So I have a pulley system. I don't know if you can see it, but I've got a little cleat on the wall which we just untie, and then I have to lift up. I've got a little bit of a block under there to keep it from sliding, and I slide the bed forward as I lower the back, and now the bed is full-size queen. Now I've pulled all the covers, blankets off the bed so you can see the mattress. It's a tri-fold mattress that we bought off Amazon. I'll show you a picture of that in a minute. But it folds in 3 sections. So what I wanted to do is to make the back section rise up and get out of the way, and then be able to push this mattress back. So I'm going to demonstrate now how this folds up. I pull up the back, slide that back into place, and that's it. One of the other things I wanted to do with this bed was create a space for shoes, which is always difficult in a van to figure out where to put all your shoes. And as you notice, this lower cabinet, I cut the bottom 4 inches off the lower cabinet, and then we ended up with about a 5.5 inch space here before where the mattress is. So in that space, I was able to create basically a box for all of our shoes, and you can see the bed frame just sits right on top of it, and this folds back down and sets into place right there. Here's a view of the back of the van, and this shows the that last piece of bed board, 1/2 inch plywood folded up, and the way it looks from the rear. And as far as the tolerances go, this thing comes right to the edge of the gasket that seals off the back door. I did have to trim a little bit, both that side and that side, for it to fit, because the way the angle of the door is, and but it seems to work just fine. And you can see how that is folded. For the framing underneath, I just have 2x4s that were screwed into the metal side panels, and then I doubled up on 2x3s for each of the cross members. You can see that, and that way also saving space, not using a 2x4. And then you have rails that run lengthwise, and these are oak rails. I wanted something sturdy. I didn't want them to take up a lot of space. Here's a block that I glued on to the panel here, and you can see just put a screw eye in there, and you can see the rope leading up to the pulley, another pulley over there running forward, and that's how you lower and raise that back panel. Here's a view on the interior with that back mattress folded up, just easier to see without all the blankets and pillows on it. Here's another view with the mattress folded down, and you can see how much extra space it takes up. And in order to make that span across the bottom, I added a little support structure which also fits into this little slot and prevents it from either sliding forward or backward when it's in place. But that stretches across and adds some support in the front. When you look under the mattress, you can see I had 3 panels, and I'll give you the measurements of those panels. But I fastened each of them with a piano hinge, 2 piano hinges for each, and that seems to work really well to keep everything flat, and yet you don't feel it through the mattress. Here's a basic drawing just showing the dimensions of the 3 pieces of plywood that sit underneath the mattress, and also showing the piano hinges, and this seems to work really well. On the side of the mattress, you can see there's a little bit of space where we can store some smaller items. We use little boxes to put various things in, and you can see the rail, or you can see where the plywood is, and then I put a small, like a 1x2 rail there to keep the plywood in place where it needs to slide back and forth. But that also gives us opportunity to place small boxes or items along the side of the bed. One more look at the structure under the bed. You can see how I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 oak 1x2 rails that the bed slides back and forth on, and it seems to slide pretty easily. I fixed these pads so that when it slides out onto this counter, it doesn't scratch it. And I did the same on this side, so when it slides out here, it doesn't scratch that surface. And by the way, this mattress is extremely comfortable. I'll show you who makes it. It's a 6-inch foam mattress, and it's called a queen, but it's slightly smaller, just a couple of inches on both length and width. And I'll give you that description as well. Here is the queen size Mallard trifold mattress that we bought, and we have found it extremely comfortable. I'm so happy with it. And then we also bought the fitted sheet that fits it, and we bought the 6-inch. I don't know why it wouldn't come up. Maybe they're out of stock at the moment, but the queen size with a 6-inch mattress, and these sheets have been fantastic as well, so I highly recommend it. All right, well, thank you for watching, and I have appreciated so many videos on YouTube that I've learned things from, and I'm hoping that I can share some of my experience with anybody who wants to try building a van themselves. Anyway, I will see you next time.